Hi guys, well welcome back to Allotment Diggers. It's the 10th of August today, 2025. Just recently got back from a car boot sale. Got to tell you, it's been emotional this morning. It was really tough at the start of the week as well. We'll show you the reason why it was really tough at the start of the week in a moment or two. But this morning I got up with the intentions of going to an antiques and collectors fair today. But I got a notification to say the East Lancs car boot was on today, so I pulled up early outside the car boot sale. It's got all closed, and it's got a big sign, due to rain we've had to close it. We've had no rain for a week. What it is the gypsies have moved back onto the East Lancs car boot and they closed it, so my head was, I was on a low, because it's a good car boot that, for getting the odd coin here, there and there and everywhere. So I thought, well, at least we've got the antiques and collectors fair. So I headed down to Lee. Gets there, it's not this week, it's next week. So my head was really down. So I thought, well, can't get any worse, let's head to Warrington. So I went on the Warrington car boot. Unfortunately for me, a friend of mine who knows I collect coins, he'd bought a lot of coins, and he saved them for me to go through and see which ones I wanted, you know. So I've got them here in this in there, and there's some fantastic stuff in there. I'll share them at the end of the video with you guys. I also bought a brand new fishing pole this week, well, today as well. It's in the car, but I'll show you that when I go fishing. When I get my license arrives in the post. That's another kettle of fish. But we're jumping ahead of ourselves here. So, as you know, we had these strong winds Monday and Tuesday. When we say talking 70-80 mile an hour, the only thing what saved us really is the embankment down the trees, because it was coming in from the west, northwest, and the trees and the embankment was put another 60 foot on top of, so the wind was going over the top most of it, but it was still getting hit by wind, but not as hard. I'll take you on a walk around and show you what little damage was done later on. But yeah, my week started off like this.
Oh,
check
in
this out.
Garage here. The car, well, it's not 1 o'clock yet. I've got another 15 minutes to go, but it'll go in for its MOT at dead on 1. It says they're on the brew at the moment in there. So yeah, that's the time. 1 o'clock is when they come out. Car's just there, waiting for good news. Anyway, I'll keep you posted, guys, on what happens. But yeah, it's squeaky bum time at the moment. There's the car going on the ramp now. So fingers crossed, everything goes to.
Oh, would you believe it? The bloody car everywhere is perfect, all except for the 2 front tyres. She said, well, he said they need to be aligned really. He says they're wearing on the inside. He says you can't see them from the outside. He says it's the inside, and the showmen, they have the wear on. So he says they need to be replaced. So I said, well, how much is it going to cost me? He said, well, 200 quid. It's going to cost for 2 new tyres and of the MOT. So I'll give him the money, and he said, drop it, bring it in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. We'll put new tyres on it for you. He said there's a bit of string around one of your drive shafts. He said we'll take that off for you as well. And says, and while we got it up on the ramp, we'll straighten up the steering for you, the wheel alignment. He said it just needs a little bit of adjustment. It's like I say, it's the inside, it's wearing. There was tracked and done. These was tracked in 6 months ago. And what it is where I live, it's like speed bumps everywhere, and it's when you go over them, it knocks the tracking out, and I'm constantly buying brand new front tyres. The back tyres are fine. It's just the 2 front ones. Anyway, everything else passed. So the good news is I've got my MOT. Well, got it tomorrow morning when he fits the tyres. He said the tyres will be here later on today. I said, but I said, well, how about? He said, well, he'd be come tomorrow morning. I said, so it's okay to drive? He says, yeah, you're fine to drive. So that's his words. And yeah, that's all it failed on, which is a lot more less than what I thought it might fail on. But anyway, thankfully it's not cost thousands of pounds like the other car used to cost me. It's 10 to 9, told to drop the car back at 9. The wheels are just round the corner, and there's the car waiting to have its 2 brand new front tyres fitted. So it should be full. It's going in for its 2 new front tyres. Unbelievable. Yeah, he didn't have them in, but he ordered them last night, and I'm picking them up now, and I get my MOT in a minute, so everything's good with the world. Well, 2 brand new tyres there. One there. And one there. Just had them fitted. So the car now is fully MOT'd. I don't have to worry about it for another 12 months. Yeah, just brought it to Light Oaks garage and he's done the repairs. So yeah, MOT, and I cannot believe I got how lucky I was with the MOT. What had happened was I bought the car around about the 23rd, 24th or something like that, and it was due for its MOT. I was passing my mate Alan's garage, and I thought, oh, I'll put it in for the MOT. So I pulls in the car park. It says, what you done to it now? I said, now it's due for an MOT. He said, well, when is it? I said, well, I bought the car off your boyfriend next door. He started laughing. He said, when did you buy it off him? I said, about the 23rd. So he says, and I said, you did the MOT. He says, oh, did I? I said, well, I can tell you when the MOT's due. So he goes in, he comes back out. He said, the MOT's today. I said, seriously? I said, no, it's today. He said, but you're lucky. So someone's just cancelled, so I'll throw it on here now and do the MOT for you. Anyway, he come back out. I says, what did it fail on? He says, how do you know it's failed? I says, I can see your face, and I saw you looking at the 2 tyres there on the outside. He says, well, I'm that transparent. I says, yes. Yeah, so what's the diagnostic? He says, well, your tracking's out on the car, and it's worn the inside walls of your car, the tyres, so you need 2 brand new tyres. So I says, when can you do that today? He says, well, I can order the tyres today, they'll come later on, and I'll probably do it tomorrow morning for you if you want. I said, well, what do you mean what I want? I said, of course I bloody want it, get it done. He says, yeah, the tracking's out. I said, but you got to remember, I said, you put 2 brand new tyres on here not 6 weeks ago, or 6 months ago. He says, I know. And what it is, the reason why the tracking's out, you see where I live, we've got all these sleeping policemen. They're like bumps in the road to stop people speeding. And I must go over them, what, I'd say 50 times a day. Alright, 50 times a day. You times that by, what, 365 times a year, what's that? 28,250 times I go over these speed bumps, and that's what's not the tracking out. Anyway, it's going to keep happening, so I've got to just be aware it's happening, and I can make sure. But it's all been tracked in, the wheels have been tracked in and everything. So yeah, the car's through its MOT. That was a load of stress getting it through that, and finding out it was the MOT run out the day I'd actually took it for the MOT. But he worked with me, and it didn't cost me all that much, to be quite honest with you, to get it through its MOT. So I was really chuffed. It didn't cost me thousands of pounds this year, that's for sure. It cost me pennies. But yeah, this week I've been on the allotment doing a few jobs, preparing the 2 beds between the chickens and the back greenhouse. I'm going to show you me doing that now. Well, I'm just prepping this bed here, just giving it a good hoeing. Any weeds that's in here we're going to sort of rake out. And that's what we're doing. We're going to put I think we're going to put the elephant garlic into here shortly. Well, that one's done. I'll be putting the elephant garlic in there real soon. I'm going to do the one over there now. There's a lot more weeds in that one, so I'll get stuck in a minute. Got to be careful all around the peas. So just picking these out. These have come out with the roots and everything, these, because the ground's been wet. So I'll pick them out, then we'll hold the bed. The reason why I'm picking them out is because I can give them to the chickens, these. Go and put that through the door for the chickens. Yeah, they'll love that. It's just the odd, you know, the dandelion and what have you. So we'll go and give them that, then we're done here. The girls are getting stuck in there to the weeds, and like I say, we've just done these 2 beds. Now I shall go and clean the tools, put the bucket away, and we're done for now. But yeah, I'm going to put the elephant garlic in here. I'm going to put some leeks in there. That's the plan. Up here to do. All I'm doing is putting the wood chip back. The birds flick it out. So we've sorted the wood chip out here. Yeah, quite a bit today. So yeah, we cleared all the weeds out and give them to the chickens, and I cleaned the path. I'm constantly having to every morning come out and rake the path back, because the birds come and they flick the wood chip out, and then they leave little holes in right where the boards are. And what they're doing, they're digging for worms. Can't blame them. But anyway, every morning I come back, and what you saw me doing there, I do that most mornings. Moving on from that, we decided then to start the Christmas potatoes. They had some Maris pear, not pine pod pear, these are Maris pear. I had 4 of them, so I thought I would do a couple of buckets of them. So this is me actually setting me my Christmas potatoes out. Well guys, we're preparing 2 Christmas potato buckets here. This is just normal bog standard compost, some clover. We've got some grow more, and really giving it a good sprinkle in. Now I've got to mix it. Good mixing in. Same with this one. Really get down there, work it in. Right. Would you believe it's just starting to rain? These are the potatoes I'm going to be using. These are Maris pear, 2 seed potatoes. And all the big potatoes, and I'm going to put 2 in. Go right down to the bottom of the bucket. Cover them up. So right down to the bottom. Now I've got to tell you, this soil is already damp. It doesn't really need any more prepping. But water, that is, but I will give them a drink of water. And where we're going to leave them, I think it doesn't really matter really. I bet I could leave them on the chair there for now, because what we want to do is as they start to come up, I want to keep topping them up with soil until they get to top up buckets. Once they get this high over the buckets, that's when we're going to put them into the front greenhouse. So no, I'm not going to leave them here. I'm going to put them at the back of the plot, but you get the idea. What we'll do is we'll come and we'll top them back up. We'll keep looking at them until it should take about 2 weeks for them to start to come through, and we just keep topping them up until they get to the top of the bucket here. And we'll see what happens. So I've left these 2 buckets of Maris pear next to me dahlias and my peas for now. I will top them up, and when they start to come up. So the date today is the 9th of August, just a reference. So the Christmas potatoes are in them buckets at the moment. When they start to come up, the leaves start to get higher, we bank them up. I've got tons of compost to actually fill the buckets. We'll get them about this high over the bucket. All depends on whether it gets cold before if it gets cold, we'll take them straight into the front greenhouse, and we'll leave them in the greenhouse to continue growing. But we'll leave them outside at the moment and let them get as much sunlight and as they need. And we'll update you on Christmas with what we get out of them 2 buckets. We've got hundreds of, well, we've got another 25-30 buckets still there to go through yet, and they're still growing. So yeah, we've got plenty of potatoes. The other thing I wanted to do this week was the path between me and Mark, and we call it Sir Matt Busby Way. The fruit trees are growing, the branches are growing into the path, and they're becoming a bit dangerous, so I decided to do a bit of pruning. This is what we were doing earlier this week. I'm just taking some of these away from the path so you don't catch your eyes on them. But we've still got a lot to do. Yeah, just cutting all the ones which are obstructing everywhere, but that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm doing a bit of pruning. A lot of weed. I've let the weeds go wild on my plot again. I should really keep on top of it. Now I'm struggling now to control it all, but doing the pruning. In fact, I'm going to take that one out. What's wrong with that apple? I'll leave that on there. So as you can see, this is what we're doing, a little bit of pruning. I'll take on a walk around the plot after we're done. But I'm going to leave pretty much what you see there, because there's lots of apples there. And I'll give them to the food bank rather than just chop them up and throw them in the bin. We'll ripen them and give them to the food bank. Right, onwards and upwards. I'll come back with an update with a walk around later. So yeah, we pruned them back really hard then. But later on in the year we're going to really butcher them trees. We're going to take lots of the height off them. We're going to tidy them up. I would have done it this year. I was saying I was going to do it, but what happened was I did everyone else's. I was cutting trees. Honestly, to talk about this lumberjack each year, I felt like a lumberjack. I was cutting that many trees down around the allotments early this year, and I never even got to really get to work on mine. I did cut one tree out and cut a few branches off another, and that was it. So this year, once the leaves are off, I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit them really hard, and then we won't have to worry about them taking a lot of light off the plot. So speaking of the plot, like I said, we had them strong winds this week, so I thought we'd take you on a walk around and show you how the plot's held up. Well guys, I thought we'd take a walk around after that storm the other day and show you what's been happening. There my girls, it's getting late on at night now, the girls will be going to bed soon. Look at this weed again guys, in the path, coming back. I just keep taking it out and it just keeps on coming. I think I'm going to have to resort to plan B. Give it one more go, getting that weed up. But I took all the weed out there. It just, like I say, you get a bit of clear space and up comes the weeds. It's a constant battle. As you know, we've hoed this bed getting it ready for the elephant garlic. The celery's doing wonderful there, as is all the brassicas in that other bed. We still haven't done nothing with them two roses over there. The peas are coming on the tree. We've got the Christmas potatoes in the buckets there. We only just done them, so when they start to come up, we'll top them up, and then we will transfer them from there into the front greenhouse. The dahlias have been doing okay this year. They're not done as good as they would normally do, but it's the weather. But we've had nice flowers. The jasmine needs a pruning. I've got some electric shears, but I'm going to do that with, and tidy it all up. Apples are everywhere. We're in the process of doing a bit of pruning on these apple trees. We've done some on the other side. I've took the tops off most of the lilies. I've just left the a little bit left in here. We're going to take all these out again. It's tidying everything up. This bed's going to be the next bed what gets a good hammering, and all this calendula's coming out of here, but we will be collecting a load of seed from it before I do that. I'm just leaving it now for it to dry up. It's pretty much ready to go. These are seeds. Oh, spider. Just throw them in there because they will come back next year. We've not put any of these in, they just keep coming every year. But we will be coming in here soon, because I don't want to go through the fiasco I went through last year with all the daffodils and tulips, having to weed around them all. This is going to be getting an haircut soon. Again, I'm waiting for the seed pods to start to open. These are the yellow flag irises, the calendula. Like I say, they're ready to gather some of the seeds, but apparently it's going to be a lot warmer tomorrow, next week, and it's going to be drier, so I'll give them a good chance to dry out before I actually harvest some of these. Greenhouses are shut at the moment, or barring this one, bit of a jungle, but it's work in progress. Been getting grapes and everything out of here. You probably seen me taking some grapes home. We've got to get in there, we've got to move all this lot out of the way. I've got to get my leeks because they need to go out soon, and the same with the garlic. No sooner we cut the grass, no sooner it starts to grow again. These was pretty much sheltered from them winds on Monday. I say we had some really strong winds there. You may have heard in, is it Francis, Storm Francis or something daft like that, I'm not too sure what it was called, but yeah, it did play havoc around the allotment. There's Buttercup fast asleep on the top of this shed, but we were sheltered basically because of the trees here. I've been doing a bit, like I say, I've been pruning some of these. You can see where we cut some of them back, so we're not hitting his heads. I've got to, once all these apples are off here, we're coming in hard, boom, straight down, and going to be brutal this year. Rhubarb's doing well again, even though we took a load out the other day. Starting to come back. A few more weeks, we'll have a few more of them. Apples, again, we've been pruning, cutting some of these higher branches. My pumpkin's not come to nothing this year. It's there. Again, I don't know what's going on. It's one of them years. The sweet corn is starting to come now. Again, we put it in too late. The beetroot's picking up, and the Swedes or turnips, cabbages and everything's doing well there. Soon be getting a few of the Savoy cabbage. Come down here. Again, we need to trim these. The bucket's about, I'd say 2-3 foot that way. This is all fallen over, so I'm just leaving it. I have been watering them. Difficult to water them, but we have been watering them. And we'll have a look at these shortly. But yeah, we've had a few of these, but like I say, most of them, I'm going to give some of these chickens. There's a few of them that I'm going to keep, but the purple cabbage and the Savoy cabbage, they'll be ready in about another 4 or 5 weeks. But yeah, we have actually been taking some of these, and they've been quite nice as well, but there's only so many we can eat. And the chickens like them, so I left them there for chickens really. And there's a couple of bigger ones here which I'm keeping. These ones here are doing fine, and but the purple cabbage and the Savoy cabbage are doing well. You can see the Martin up there now. These are Brussels sprouts. So yeah, pond secure, that makes them all happy. But it's been a weird year this year. Everything's grown well, but it just doesn't. I mean, the dahlias look well, but they're not as the heads are not as big as I would have expected on them. Perhaps it's because I've had them in the buckets for too long, even though I do feed them. It's a weird one. Anyway, the celeriac's doing well there. I just noticed there's a few carrots there. It's what we've left them. Yeah, I've got to do something with these roses. Again, we've had the buckets from here. If you look down there, I think there's a bucket left down here, but there's no top. See how it's all died back? They've died back here. So we'll do them next to see what we get there. Right. Anyway, we're done. I'll be putting my elephant garlic in here real soon. Why not? Get them off to an early start and get them out sooner. In about 5-6 weeks we'll be having peas, because these are doing really well. So yeah, that's it. That's basically, we survived them strong winds. Everything's still here. I would have expected apples everywhere on the floor. Not so much. I mean, these are... Oh, Grace drops it on the floor. I mean, apart from that gouge that's just hit the floor, I think these apples are ready to go. Some of them. And food bank, most of them will end up. Again, dahlias are doing well here. These are Edinburgh, and sunburst, and them little ones are Jamaica. Right, no tops on the sunflowers yet, or they're just starting now, but I don't think they grow very big, these ones. In fact, I think they're the small ones which are grown very big, unfortunately. So we're back to the calendula. Like I say, we'll be harvesting that, taking the tops off these and collecting them in the next week or two. Which reminds me, I need to go and pick some of my pears over there. They're almost ripe. There you go. There are my pears. Quite a few on them actually. Even my gladiolas managed to hold it in the wind there. I would have thought they would be the first things to go, them and my dahlias, but no, they're still here. And it's all thanks to the banking here, the embanking and the trees which protected us from that northwest level. Northwest is that direction, so you can imagine the trees took all the blow off the plots. So we come through it quite well. The marigolds are doing well. Along here, we'll be collecting some marigold seeds as well. It won't be long before we start taking everything right the way back, but all this calendula, when we take the calendula up, we're going to be bagging that up and taking it to tip. If you threw that into the compost bin, and then the next year you come out and you started putting it into your beds, you'd end up calendula everywhere. So it's one of them what has to go to the tip, but not before we get all the seeds. So yeah, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of seeds we'll be collecting. We want some of these for the front of the allotments as well. Right, anyway, there we go. I've sort of been waffling for too long. So as you can see, the plots got off lightly. There was a few dahlias got blown over and a few gladiolas, but that's neither near nor there. This sun, that what's out today, if we get a couple more days of this, it'll dry all this calendula up, and then I start harvesting all the seeds. We need a lot of seed, because not only do I need some for myself, but I don't really need it because it's self-seeding this, it just comes up anyway. but we want some for the front of the allotments. So I've got to harvest a load of it, and there's a load of yellow flag irises that I'm waiting for to open, and I collect the seeds from them as well. We're going to do some of them as well, grow some more of them yellow flag irises, because they are a lovely flower. I do like them. So that's the plans for later on in the year with regards the seeds from the calendula and the seed pods for the yellow flag iris. The greenhouses are doing well, still pumping out lots of fruit. We've been taking grapes and what have you home. My dad loves them, so I've been taking trays and trays and trays of them. In fact, I'm going to be taking these eggs in a minute around for them. Might take them some more grapes. I think they'd be sick of grapes by the end of the week. When he said bring us some grapes, I brought him a pile. But yeah, back to what the other thing I wanted to do this week was to pot up me rose. The pot was a bit too small, so I decided to put it in a bigger pot. And at the moment where it's sitting is between the front and the middle greenhouse. In fact, let me show you what we was doing. I think it was yesterday. Well, guys, I'm just getting some compost from my compost bin, and what I'm going to do is pot up one of my roses. I think we've got enough there. Right, I should do that. So I've got a bucket of compost. I'm going to be using these pots here. I'm going to put I've got this beautiful rose at the top of the allotment. In fact, I've got more compost than I need there, but I could use that compost, but this is the stuff with all the manure in it. It should be ideal for my roses. Right, anyway, let's get this back up to the top of the plot, and I'll get my rose and we'll drop it into one of them little pots there. What? Well, let me just sit down. I've got to do this now. If I don't do this now, I'm not going to do it. So stop whining. Oh, good God. Oh, shut your face. Oh, yeah. I'm so tired, guys. Well, we're going to plant this this rose into a bigger pot, and I'm using this compost I got on my own, and I'm just I'm making it easy, are you? So what we do, we're transplanting it into this pot. Now I've got this this compost here. Oh, right, you little bugger. I'm busy. You're going to have to wait until I'm finished, alright? So basically, it's lifting it out of the pot. It's the same level basically as the pot, so all I have to do, in theory, is do that. And now what we're going to do is bank the soil around it, which is a bit more problematic. Because I've got Buttercup next to me. It'd be easy to do that. Now this compost. It's been I've had this for quite a few years. It's what the old compost bin. That's what this compost is, and it's full of horse manure, chicken manure. It's got everything basically that this rose really needs. what I'm going to do, I'm going to top it up a little bit higher. In fact, while we're doing this, we can do it simply. Do this. There we go. I've got two other roses. This one's called Simply the Best. It's an hybrid tea rose. Anyway, it's got beautiful little orange petals on it. It's been in this pot now for, well, since God knows when it was actually put in there. But it's in a decent pot now. I'm going to give it a good watering in a minute, and I'm going to leave it between the two greenhouses just here for the time being, until I find somewhere suitable where I'm going to plant it directly into the ground. But I've still got two more climbing roses to do, so I'm not going to do them today. But what I need to figure out is where I want to put them. I prefer to put them directly into the ground. These things like nitrogen, phosphorus, a bit of calcium, basically everything really, and what's in that compost there is pretty much everything that this rose will need to flourish. But yeah, this pot was getting a little bit too small, so I'll put it in a bigger one for now, until I decide where I'm going to actually plant it in the plot. I might even have a rose bed. I'm thinking of taking all the currants out of the currant bed just here, and I think what we're going to do is have a rose bed just for roses, because I do like roses. And allotments is not just about growing vegetables, it's also about growing flowers as well. So yeah, we've already got a few petals, a few buds here. There's a few buds just starting to open on the top here. I'll leave this on. This is on a piece of dead wood here where it's grafted on, so I really should cut them out. We'll leave it for now. Right, anyway, go get me watering can. I give it a water. I'll show you where we're going to put it. So we'll be back in moments, guys. So where we're placing this is here. Now we're putting it into this this pot here. We're just going to sit it in the top like that. We'll give it a water now. There we go. Already got some roses just starting to come. These ones are just starting to fall back, but yeah, that's where we're going to leave it for now. It'll be protected from the wind there as well. So yeah, a few more buds coming. We'll keep an eye on this. So yeah, we got it potted up, and it's sat there now just in between the greenhouse. I will move it. I'm thinking of taking all the currants out of this this bed here. We've actually got the wood to do the frame around the raised bed, and I think I'm going to turn it into a rose bed. So we'll be growing lots of different varieties of roses in that bed. That's the plan for next year, but we will be working on that when it starts to get colder and the leaves start to fall off the trees. As you saw with the bushes there's one of them, it looks like it's dead, and I don't know why it is, what, you know, it's died, but I'm going to take it out anyway, and we'll find somewhere else to stick there, or we'll put the roses there. So that brings me on to these coins what I bought today. Let me show you what we bought, guys. I'm sure you'll like
Hi guys, well we bought this job lot of coins today. I was lucky to even get any of these. However, the 1887 shilling, we bought that yesterday on City Airport. And would you believe it, we've got an half crown, an 1887 half crown, and look at that, that is beautiful. Absolute Bobby Dazzler. Yep, fine detail. Yeah, well, that's a Jubilee head, and that is as well. So there, the 2 shilling. We got this groat. It's a 1845 groat. Look at the size of that to my finger. Hold on. And this is an 1875 shilling. What we got here is some 50% silver. We bought all this together, and we got it all under spot, which is what you should always try to get. We've got this William IV half penny. It's an 1837. There we go. That's a little belter, that one. I think this would be my favourite. This is an 1812 Sheffield token. It's got a little bit of lustre on that. Look at the detail in that. Flip it. There we go. Absolutely wonderful. I think that's my favourite coin. And then we come on to this one. This is an 1887 Morgan. It is silver. It's been tested. Absolutely beautiful. I'll flick it over. I don't know if you can see the toning on that. But this is a really, really nice coin. Now, I wouldn't normally buy these, but I love the toning on it. The camera's probably not picking the toning up here, but it's a beautiful coin nonetheless. And I think it's a Philadelphia mint. Normally they would have an O or a CC or a D die mark if it was anything covering Philadelphia, and I can't see anything, so it's a Philadelphia, I think. But absolutely beautiful Morgan dollar. So yeah, I bought these, like I say, on the flea market today. I did a deal. We both come out of it okay. I perhaps didn't do as well as I would normally do, but then again, I don't want to rip anyone off. So I got a fair bargain. My mate who kept these for me, he got a fair bargain as well. So yeah, like I said, these are just 50% silver. These are just going my silver hoard. But some of these, like this one here, it's going to get slabbed up. Absolutely beautiful. And I put this in a coin case, this Morgan, to protect it. So yeah, that's what we've been buying today. Beautiful coins, and I would have bought even better coins, only I didn't realise the Antiques and Collectors Fair is not until next Sunday. There you go, guys. That's what I've been wasting my money on. Now, I think that I don't normally buy foreign coins, but the Morgan dollar, what I've got there, was absolutely awesome. It had lovely toning on it. It was absolutely fantastic. I could not say no to that. I don't normally buy, like I say, I have bought Australian, New Zealand coins and African coins, but they've always been
threepenny bits, silver threepenny bits, which are like the British threepenny bit. In fact, the only difference is the reverse of the coins, it's different to the obverse where they got the actual portrait. So anyway, I went and bought this Morgan, and we bought a few others as you saw there, but I think my favourite was the token. It's not worth as much as all the others, as some of the others, but I think it was my favourite. I do like tokens, and I'll go do a bit of research on that, but it was really good condition. I've not seen one like that for a long time, but it'll go into my collection along with the half crowns. The half crowns is just like 50% silver, some of them, and you know, they go into my bullion just to add it. I got them below what's silver selling at the moment, so a spot, that's what the word I was looking for, is a spot price. I got them well below that, so got a good deal there. The groat was a nice, that was a nice little surprise, the groat, and there was a few other surprises there, but yeah, well, I think we did well at the end of it. I was in shock when I got to the Antiques and Collectors Fair and found it's not today, it's next week. Still, we can fill his boots next week, hopefully. That's if he ain't got the dates mixed up. Anyway, I'm going to get off. Obviously, I'm going to get the video edited and get it up a bit later. But yeah, it's been a tough week this week. A friend of mine just come over. I was doing my video. I've had to do this video again. She come right in the middle of the video asking me, can I sort of shed out the roof and do a bit of put a bit of felt over the roof for her to stop it leaking. So I'll sort me. I've got some felt there, so I'll come and do it for her. In maybe next week. I can't say next week because I'm in hospital all next week. So I told her it might be next week or the week after, but I'll do it anyway for her. She can't do it herself. She's almost 90. So I'm going to do it anyway, and she make her happy. She's quite sad at the moment. She just lost. Well, she lost her husband last year, and she really is missing him. And Fred was a wonderful guy, and she's a great old girl. But yeah, she just asked me, can I do some? Can I fix it for her? So I'll pay you. I said, yeah, right, of course you will. No, you bloody well won't. She said, well, I'll get a roll of felt. I said, no, you don't have to get a roll of felt. I've got felt, so we'll sort it out. It's just to go over the end of the shed. I'll just loop it over. You'll see when I do it anyway. Right, I'm gonna get off. Got to do this editing. Oh, the fun, the joy. But at least we didn't have to do any repairs on the allotment due to them winds this week. The only repairs was to my car, and that's been sorted. So until next time, you stay safe, and I'll catch you back here for some more real soon. So goodbye for now.